Good morning. Welcome to the Autumn Acorn Knits. This is my podcast about knitting, crocheting, yarn dyeing, living in a log cabin in the woods, and all the other things crafty. My name is Judy, and I live here with my husband Joe and our black cat Meryl. And it's been a while since I talked to you. It is February 12th, 2019. I bet it's been 5 or 6 weeks since we last met. I do apologize for taking such a long break, but as many of you do know from social media, in particular Instagram, that I did lose my mom suddenly during surgery she was having back in January, the middle of January. So that meant a trip to Florida and just a lot of, as you can imagine, a lot of stress and sadness around the loss of my mom. So thank you so much for everyone that reached out. It truly meant the world to me, and I just really appreciate your thoughtfulness. This knitting community sure does know how to come together and rally in times of need. So thank you so much. Today I am going to show you a couple of a couple of finished objects, some works in progress, some cast-ons that are soon to be, and then we're going to have a new giveaway, and I have a winner of our last giveaway to announce, and a lot of other things in between. So if you see some smoke coming out of my mouth, it's not smoke, it is cold air. So I'm in the guest cottage, and I did turn on the heat. I came out and turned on the heat about hour ago, but it's like 3 degrees out, and this place is just not really well insulated, so it's super cold. I may just have to stop the recording here and there and warm up my hands and my feet. So yeah, it is what it is, but I wanted to be able to talk to you guys today and not have Joe hear me this time, because it's just the most awkward thing. Anyway, yes, let's get started. So I am wearing one of my finished objects, and I will insert a photo here so you can see what it looks like on me. But this is the I want to say it right. The Allegoro Loose Knit Cardi by Classic Elite Yarns. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. It was a very easy pattern. I will show you a photo of their finished cardi. But theirs was done in reverse stockinette, which I knit mine in as well, only I decided that I thought the stockinette side looked nicer. And then there's just some garter ridges for the button band and the bottom, and then the sleeves, which are obviously short sleeves. The other difference was that the pattern did an I-cord button loop for here, and I didn't do that. I just did a regular loop, and I added a very pretty button at the top. And overall, I'm very happy with the way this came out. I used some Vidalana yarn by KnitCrate, so some yarn that I'd gotten in my monthly box that I didn't want to use for the pattern they sent me, so I thought this would be perfect for this cardigan. It the small called for 658 yards of sport weight, and I did have 23 grams left over. I have this really pretty blue called Night. It has medium blue and like a really midnight blue in it as well. That real dark blue, which I love. So I only used 177 grams of yarn for this cardie. So I think I would have had enough to go longer on the sleeves if I'd wanted, but I get overheated pretty easily anyway, especially when I'm wearing a warm yarn like this, because this is a merino, 70% superwash merino, 20% silk and 10% cashmere. So it's warm, and I just tend to run hot anyway, so I thought it made more sense to make it short-sleeved, and then I can wear it in the spring, I can wear it in the summer, and as I am doing now, I can wear it in the winter. So yeah, that was a really fun, easy knit. Again, I highly recommend it. So yeah. Then I decided to make Charlie, my granddaughter, who is 16 months now, I decided to make her a cotton pullover. And again, I'll put all of the photos here because I've already gifted these items to Charlie. I just came back from Connecticut and gave her, it was a little cotton pullover that I had seen something similar and just sort of adapted the pattern to be my own. I added a little red heart pocket on the front so she could put her crayons and things in it, and she really liked that. She liked the pocket a lot. But yeah, I'll put a picture here so you can see that as well. Good job. You dancing with your pocket? I also made her this cute little bonnet by Jojo Tricot. This is called Helena's bonnet, and it was a very simple design. Again, free on Ravelry, and I made Charlie's in a red Cascade 220 wool. It's a really, really beautiful kind of a cranberry red color. And then I added like a tan colored fake fur pom-pom on the back, and it looked really cute on her. So I highly recommend this pattern. Again, it was very simple and quick, which is nice sometimes. Then to go along with that set, I made Charlie something called kid mitts, which were just like this cabled fingerless glove because she doesn't like wearing regular mittens, and I thought this might help if her fingers were, she was still able to use her fingers. So here's a picture, and these are by Post and Beam Patterns. Once again, free pattern on Ravelry. And I used the same Cascade 220 red kind of cranberry colored yarn to match the hat. And then the tan from the pom-pom really matched the sweater, the cotton sweater that I made. It's because it has tan in it as well, and cream. So that was really fun to make for Charlie for Valentine's Day. So I think she liked it. I know her mom did. So that was it for completely finished objects. Although I do have this beauty behind me. Now this is a new design that I finished up, I'd say in the last week or so. I finally finished this up and seamed it. And it's not ready. It is definitely not ready to go to the tech editor. There's just some things on it that I want to change. So I'm not going to really show it to you because it's probably going to be quite a bit different. For example, so it has this really pretty delicate lace at the bottom, all around, and then at the bottom of the sleeve as well, which I am happy with. However, I feel like the wide, kind of chunky rib just does not work with this more delicate rib down at the bottom. So I am going to be changing that. There's also some ribbing on the sweater that I want to remove in general. Like that just, I don't think it works where I put it. I've shown you these before. They're just 5 really pretty hand-painted flowers. They're made out of sort of a stone, I guess, but they're just so gorgeous, and I thought they worked really well with the sweater. But it is so freezing that I'm going to put this on. Oh, also I made the sleeves too long, so I need to shorten the sleeves, and just lots of things are not correct on this, but it is warm. And it is the best yarn. I'm trying to get it on over another sweater, which is a lot easier said than done. So yeah, this yarn comes from a mill in New Hampshire, and I will put the name of it because it escapes me right now. I've been so stressed lately that I've noticed that I am forgetting so many things. Like, it's kind of scary. You know, the most simple things, I can't pull them up. So I'm hoping that goes away, because it's no fun when you can't use your brain the way that you're used to using your brain. So yeah. Anyway, this I bought some new yarn, and I plan to reknit this in, first of all, a smaller size that fits me better because it is a bit big. Again, I'll put a photo in here so that you could at least see what I'm talking about. But I did buy some new yarn. We were in a yarn store called LYS in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, about, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I popped in. Joe waited out in the car. He had to go run some errands too and get some gas and stuff. So he finally ended up coming in to find me because he thought I was lost or stolen. But I just kind of got carried away in all the yarny goodness. But I had been wanting to try Peace Fleece for some time now, based on a couple of people's recommendations, including my own sister Val. Thanks, Val. And so I found some there at this yarn shop, and I picked up enough to hopefully reknit this cardigan, but doing it with all those changes that I need to make before I'm happy with it. So here is the Peace Fleece, and this is a natural color, and I picked up 5 skeins, and if it's not enough I can just go grab another one or have them send it to me. But this is a worsted weight, and it is a 80% Navajo Rambouillet and domestic fine wool with 20% mohair. Approximately 4 ounces, 200 yards. And they recommend a size 8 needle. Now, Peace Fleece says that we began our company in 1986 in response to the Cold War, believing that historic enemies could coexist through trade. So I think that's a pretty cool mission statement. I've heard good things about this yarn. It is not expensive yarn, which is nice. and it supposedly washes up really nice and kind of just gets better and better as you wash and wear it. So really excited about that. And I find that I tend to lean toward my natural colored garments really more than any other, and so especially this one particular cream cardigan that I have, it's one that I got at a consignment store. It's made of linen, and it just kind of squishes up and you can throw it in your bag, and it's light but warm at the same time, and I find that it matches so many things in my wardrobe. So I wanted to start adding more cream colored sweaters especially to my wardrobe. So that will be a good start. Also, I ran across, I've had this linen yarn for years in my stash, and I know I had balled it up and I have cast on so many things with it and nothing ever seemed right. So here's one of the balls. And then the other one was the same size, but I have been knitting on it for a while now. So it is going to be like the linen cardigan that I was just talking about. Actually, that cardigan that I was talking about is linen and cotton, so I think it's half and 50-50. So I wanted to replicate that in some way, sort of use that as a base for making a new one, because I know someday I'm going to lose that beloved cardigan, and I don't want that to happen. So I cast on for another cardigan made out of this yarn. So this is what I have so far. This is the back. You could see there's a 1x1 rib at the bottom, and it's very flowy, and like I said, it's very squishy. It just squishes up into a ball. I started out by casting on with size US 4, and then now I'm working on the back in a size 5 needle, and I'm really happy with the way it's coming out so far. It's light and airy like I wanted, a little bit see-through, which I wanted. And when I blocked it, before I blocked it, if you could have seen the unruly stitches, they were just like all over the place, wonky. And I was really curious if it would block out as nicely as I expected, and it did. So I'm so excited about it. I'm not sure if this will be a design that I will send to the tech editor and then maybe release. I'm not sure yet. I'm just kind of playing around with it. But right now, the intent is that it's just for me. So stay tuned. Been measuring it with my wonderful Autumn Acorn tape measure that I love. Do you see? Can you tell how cold my fingers are? They're so cold. Like I said, I may have to take breaks. I was thinking about going into the house to just grab a cup of warm coffee, hot coffee. Okay, I have been dyeing yarn again, and I... some of the minis that I dyed up for Easter. So here's some pretty pinks and blues and a darker green and a lighter mint green. And here's another batch. These are 20-gram mini, and they are 80 yards each. My apologies. told you my brain is just not working right now. There's another set. So these will be in the shop hopefully by the time this podcast is uploaded. I have more in the kitchen right now, doing some kettle dyeing in there, and some of them are drying by the fireplace, but one batch just did not come out the way I wanted, so I just threw it in another batch before I came out here, so that might be, it could be a success or a failure. We'll see. I'm not sure. Works in progress. So I have been working on a design by Joji Locatelli called the Hipster Shawl. And this was part of my, or one of my Make 9 projects that I really wanted to accomplish in 2019. So I cast it on earlier in January. I want to say, was it right after Christmas or early January? And this is a pay for pattern on Ravelry, so I won't give away too much, but I will show you what the end result is supposed to look like. It's really beautiful. There's a lot of garter, but then it has these beautiful open, they almost look like diamond shapes throughout. And I struggled so much with that particular row with those big diamond shape openings. I must have torn out this shawl, I don't know, 8 times, a lot. But I really, really wanted to make it because I love the wool that I picked for this. It is a very, very woolly wool. It is West Yorkshire Spinners. Here's the band, Air Valley, and let me get my glasses on. 200 meters, 219 yards, 75% wool and 25% nylon. And this was made in Yorkshire by West Yorkshire Spinners in England. So yeah, it's a and I have 3 balls. So just enough to make this beautiful shawl. So I'll show you what I've got so far. I was not about to give up though. I reached out to my friend Cindy and I said, Cindy, can you please help me with this? I think it was 1 or 2 rows that I was really struggling with and I just couldn't do it. And she gave me some really sound advice and she helped so much. So I want to show you the correct side though. I'm going to take off my cute little needle holder by the Steady Hand. I use these all the time so that I don't lose my stitches in my bag. And this is in a really nice gradient gray. So it starts down here and you work up and it's a nice crescent shape. And happily I was able to figure out these diamonds that are throughout the shawl. So I'm really enjoying it. This yarn is so woolly and warm, which we really need this winter because it has been cold and brutal, and we're getting another foot of snow tonight, and into tomorrow. So just walking out here to the cabin, the snow was crusty on top, but every time I would, I'd get a few steps on the crusty and then boom, I'd be sunk down to the bottom. So it was a fun adventure walking out here with all of my belongings. But yeah, I'm super happy with the way this is coming out. I only have this much left. So you could see the difference though in the gradients. This is the center, this is the outer. So I have about a skein and a half left, so I'm about halfway finished with the Hipster Shawl by Joji Locatelli. So I highly recommend it, and if you have any questions, I could probably help you with that now that I've re-knit this a million times. I'm using my Knitter's Pride pattern holder, which is super handy, with the magnet bar to keep my place. So I really like this. All right. Let's see, I have another work in progress over here. And this is called the Kaihola, and I'm probably not saying that correctly. And this is by Heidi Allander. There is the name of the pattern, and hopefully you could see that beautiful shawl. It's a very simple shawl, but with a lace border that looks just so pretty. So this I am making out of the yarn that my daughter Kelly had gifted me for Christmas. You may remember the Harriet by Juniper Farm. This is a gorgeous baby alpaca. It is just the softest, 100% alpaca. And I am enjoying this yarn so much. My cake is super wonky and weird, but it is just such a beautiful, complex color. I think it looks most true from about this distance. And this is going to be a shawl, obviously. A very warm, soft, cozy shawl. But I've only just started, so you may not be able to see that much. Here's the right side. You can see the eyelets along the border, along the entire bottom. And then, so I'm just, increasing on each side and until I get to that lace section. It is pretty mindless, which is my favorite kind of knit, really. I am using a size 9 interchangeable needle, and that seems to be going really well. So I'm enjoying it very much, and I highly recommend this pattern so far. It's been perfect. This is in my cute little pouch, little envelope pouch made out of a burlap sack, and then some pretty green fabric. I really like it a lot. Okay, I am going to turn off this video for a minute and go and warm up my hands because they are absolutely ice cubes right now, but I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back. I warmed up my hands and my feet, so we'll see how long I can get through this segment. So let's move on to things that I'd like to knit. So this first one was a pattern that I've shown you before, and it was a free pattern at the time. It was like a promotional free pattern, but it is now a paid-for pattern on Ravelry. And it's called Fox Wedding, and it's a really beautiful design by Sylvia McFadden. And I will show you a picture of it here. Here's another picture of it as well. I just think it's so pretty and simple looking and chunky and squishy. So I am excited to cast that on. I am going to use some yarn that I picked up from Webs quite a while ago called Toboggan by Classic Elite Yarns. It is a chunky yarn, 70% merino, 30% superfine alpaca, and there is 100 grams in each skein. So I think I have enough with these 4 skeins. So I'm excited to get that started. And then I am going to be making Birds and Ships by Caitlin Hunter of Boylan Knitworks. Here's a picture of it. It's a really pretty bandana style cowl with a nice lace. Hopefully you can see that without the glare. And a cute little tassel. I decided on a Caitlin Hunter pattern because, oh, here's a really good kind of sketch of it too. Gives you a better idea of the length. But because Caitlin Hunter is teaching a colorwork yoke class that I'll be taking at the Squam Retreat in June, I thought it'd be nice to cast on something else by Caitlin. I've already knit her Ora shawl in the past, but so I found this beautiful Knit Pick stroll in this gray heathered kind of colorway. And this is a fingering weight yarn, 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Yes, it is on here. Thunderhead Tonal is the name of it. And there are all the details. And it should only take this 1 skein. So we'll see. See how that turns out. But I thought that would be fun to wear to the knitting retreat because it will still be cool in the evenings. And that is in my beautiful linen bag by Donica Studios. I bought that from Knit Picks. Finally, I want to cast Charlie on a baby dress. The Clean and Simple Baby Dress by Pearl Soho. Now this is a pattern, a free pattern, and they made it in cotton, but I thought it might be cute to use some of my hand-dyed minis in these tones. Yeah, I thought that would look really pretty. So this is 1, 2, 3. So I thought that that would look really cute in this pattern. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to have to modify the pattern just a little bit though to fit little Charlie. And I will be using US size 5 for that dress. And that seems like a lot of stuff, doesn't it? I have really been in the mood to knit. It's like the only thing that just makes me feel really calm and happy. So I'm doing a lot of that lately. Let's see, acquisitions. I have been wanting to make Melody Hoffman's Komori sweater for a while now, ever since I received the pattern. It is such a pretty, pretty pattern, and she used Cascade Eco Plus. Pretty picture of it. In sort of like the same color that I'm wearing here. Similar, a little more orange. But I was able to find some Cascade Eco Plus online. I want to say eBay or, no, this was probably, I think this was Etsy actually. So I got 2 of these giant hanks. have been trying to knit more in blue because I feel like blue is my favorite color. Blue and green are my favorite colors, and I love blue. And I went to look through my wardrobe, and I barely had anything blue. Anything, not even, whether it be knit, hand knit, or not knit, sewn. I just didn't see very much blue. So that's what prompted me to buy this shirt, knit this blue sweater, and it is prompting me to want to make the Komori in this gorgeous blue. Let's see, 100% Peruvian Highland wool, shade 9332, batch 0020. I want to say this is called Amethyst, but I could be wrong. It has 250 grams, 8.75 ounces, 437 meters, 478 yards. And I love it. So, very excited to cast that on. I picked up some more cables to go with my Chaogu needles, interchangeable needle set, because, and there were 4 here, I'm missing one, but I just picked up all different lengths. I always find that I need them, so I think that should help. Oh, I did pick up another dye kit. I was looking for something that's safe and natural, but easier than having to harvest for plants, because in the winter I'm having a very hard time with that. So yeah, so far I'm really happy with the yarn, the dye kit. I told you. So far I'm really happy with the dye kit and the results that I'm getting, but stay tuned for that. See, I'd like to talk about some of my favorite podcasts that I've been watching lately. I would have to say the one I started watching Tiny Paper Foxes with Jenny, and when I started the podcast, they were living, her and her husband Devin were living in Brooklyn, New York. And then, so I've just been binge watching because it's so enjoyable. Then they moved to a farm in Vermont, and now they have moved yet again to, well, they moved to a house in Vermont, and now they've moved yet again to a farm in Vermont where they are raising sheep. And it's just been so fun and interesting to watch Jenny and Devin as they have, Jenny is a wonderful knitter and Devin is a knitter, and then Devin started spinning and he was on the podcast. Now they've changed the name to Handmade in Woolen, and it's just Jenny again. Devin is at his full-time job, but it's just a wonderful podcast, very informative. I learn a ton, and Jenny knits beautiful things, and now it's really fun and enjoyable just to watch their process with having sheep and what that's like and all of the trials and tribulations. So highly recommend that. You can search for it as Tiny Paper Foxes or Handmade in Woolen, and you will be able to find it on YouTube. Let's talk about a giveaway that I'm doing right now on Instagram. So the giveaway is for this adorable strand of garland. I'm so sorry for the noise. I'm not going to take it out. I will just show it to you. But they are these beautiful felted acorns on a strand of raffia, which makes a garland. And these were donated to the podcast by Woolly Memories, Natalie, and she has a wonderful shop. So it's Woolly, W-O-O-L-L-Y Memories. She has a lovely shop from the UK, and she sells mostly felted garlands and felted wands and just other little, really beautiful little things. I noticed right now her Etsy shop is on vacation, but I expect that she will be back soon. And so if you would like to enter that giveaway, all you have to do is go to my Instagram account, The Autumn Acorn, and follow me and follow Natalie at Woolly Memories, and then like the post and tag a friend. And I will, random number generator will pick a winner on Valentine's Day. So try to get your entry in as soon as you can, and maybe you'll win. Last time I podcast on episode number 25, I had said that if you would comment, any comment, I will have random number generator pick a winner for a free pattern from my Ravelry shop. So I will put the video here of the winning number coming up. And out of 32 entries, the winner was number 10, and that was Renna Hanlon. So congratulations, Renna. I know you have been following the podcast for quite some time, and I always enjoy your sweet, supportive comments. So thank you, and congratulations, Renna. Please reach out to me and let me know which pattern you would like, and I will gift it to you. Also, I received some beautiful yarn from the Yarnbrary, also known as Salt City Knits. She sent me these, Emily sent me these two gorgeous skeins of yarn. And look how cute the logo is. I just love it. So let me tell you a little bit about these. They are called Classic Sock, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards. The name of this first one is The Mouse King. And the name of this one is Ferdian Manor, the Jane Eyre collection. So they are all named after books, which I think is just genius. And her speckling is so gorgeous. Really, really beautiful. So I am going, and also, that's not it. So that was from Salt City Knits. Thank you again, Emily. I really, really appreciate it. And then Lacey from Little Robin Cottage has donated, and again, I won't take them out, but this beautiful Progress bag, or project bag, so sorry. Here's her cute little logo from Little Robin Cottage, and this Progress Keeper. So I thought these went so well together. And I love the handle on this one. So thank you so much, Lacey, for this wonderful donation. I am going to have a giveaway where this package goes to a lucky viewer, but I just haven't figured out quite yet what that giveaway will be, so please stay tuned for that. But that is it for the main portion of the podcast. I am going to continue on talking about some affiliates that I have. I'm going to show you my KnitCrate box that I received, and another really pretty necklace that I received in the mail, as well as a book review that I'm going to do, and finally StoreSmart has sent me some more plastic sleeves that I've made a beautiful double point sleeve binder. So if you're interested in any of that, please stick around, and if not, it's been so wonderful talking to you. I hope you've been well. I've really truly missed talking to you. I hope to get back onto a normal schedule again. Yeah, happy making. for anyone who is sticking around, thank you. I really appreciate it. I wanted to start out by showing you my KnitCrate box this month. So they sent a box. Here is what it looks like. And this month they sent worsted yarn. So it's always a different weight, different color, and always comes with 2 patterns. The kit that I get always comes with 2 patterns. And in this little book. So let me show you the yarn. It's very, very pretty brown tonal. So it has these light shades and then this kind of caramelly coffee shade of brown. So pretty. And this is Vidalana again. The brand is Vidalana and it's called Ambient Worsted. The colorway is Whiskey and this is 100% Peruvian wool. So I thought that was really beautiful. And if you're interested in getting your own surprise box delivered to your house every month, the price is for this set is just $24.99, and you always get 2 skeins of yarn and 2 patterns. So it's a really good deal. Shipping is free. And if you're interested in signing up through my link, I will leave the code for you. It doesn't cost you anymore, and it just gives me a little bit of extra money to help me continue to run this podcast. So I appreciate it. Also, you can get 20% off your first box if you use the code AUTUMN20. Then this sweet little company on Instagram sent me this gorgeous acorn necklace. They are called the Minnesota Acorn Company. Here's the little pouch it came in, and you can kind of see their logo. And here you can see their business card. They just started up in December, and I just love their product. So it's this adorable necklace with this natural acorn on the end. Isn't that cute? And then the toggle is this little piece of wood. So precious. I just love it. So thank you so much for sending this to me. It is very well made. It has this sturdy loop right here, and just the quality is there. It comes with a little something on the acorn. It says the acorn symbolizes strength, patience, and endurance. Coming from humble beginnings, the tiny acorn with great patience and a will to survive, it endures to become the mighty oak tree. So I just love everything about this. So yeah, go check out the Minnesota Acorn Company and get one for yourself. Thank you again, Amy. And I wanted to do a book review. So this is a children's book that my daughter's sister-in-law, Katie Melko, wrote. Here's the cover. It's called Paw Elementary, Roxy's Adventure to the School Dentist. Katie is a dental hygienist. This was illustrated by Roxana Oslizo, O-S-L-I-Z-L-O. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. But it's an adorable little book about a dog named Roxy who discovers that this elementary school is having a dental clinic, and she's super nervous about her first visit to the dentist. So yeah, you'll go on an adventure with Roxy and all her friends, And it's great because it really does help alleviate the fear that a lot of kids might have before going to a dentist. It explains some of the tools that will be used and what they're for. And I just think it does a wonderful job at helping alleviate some of the fear, like I said, and just explaining what it's like at the dentist. It's an adorable little story. And Katie, thank you so much for letting me review this book. I enjoyed it so much, and I was able to read it to my granddaughter, who also enjoyed it. So if you know anyone out there who loves dogs and would like to learn more about going to the dentist or has a fear, I highly recommend Paw Elementary by Katie Melko. Thank you, Katie. Finally, StoreSmart, which is not a company that I'm an affiliate with, but I just love their products, and I love talking about what knitters can do with some of their products. So I've already shown you the circular needle binder that I created using their circular needle sleeves, which look like this. There's 3 different types. This one opens at the top, this one opens at the side, this one is bigger and opens at the top. And then there are these double pointed sleeves, which are fantastic because they slide in on this end, and then they also sell these labels so that you can mark the sizes you have. So you can see these go up to 17, and that's where I left off. So super handy, and like I said, they have them all different types of sleeves, all different styles for all different types of needles. And then of course they also have these wonderful pattern holders, which I have shown you before, but this is what I'm holding the Komoro in. This one happens to be a pretty long pattern, but it has enough sleeves for all of the pages, so it really protects that pattern and makes it easy for me to knit from. What I wanted to do was give away another free pattern next week. So if you could please let me know what you plan to knit in 2019, or crochet, or create, in really anything you plan to make in 2019. If you could just leave a comment here on YouTube, and then the next time that I podcast, I will have random number generator pick a winner, and you can choose a free pattern from my Etsy shop. I'm sorry, from my Ravelry shop. I really hope the next time that we meet that my brain is working again, and that some of the stress is gone, and that maybe the weather will have warmed up a little by then. But in the meantime, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you're well. Bye.